actual, I didn't realize they put candles. Was that there before?
You know, kid gloves there, Tex. Don't get a spur caught in it.
What'd you just say?
I said kid gloves, Tex. Don't get a spur caught in it.
Yeah. Keep thinking you're saying something else. Okay. Not gonna tell you what I thought you said.
Every time I say anything to Rob, he's like, "Are you referring to my genitals?" By good morning? No, I'm not. But speaking of genitals, our next guest is coming on.
This is news, guys.
Yeah. What?
We found the guy on the side of the milk box.
Well, let's bring him out, shall we? Let's do it. Dixon Man.
He's a man, he's a man, he's a man, he's a very good man.
He's no longer alive, though.
He's a man, he's a man, he's a man, he's a very good man.
Turns out he's not dead, though.
He's a man, he's a man, he's a man, he's a very good man.
He's right over there, though.
He's a man, he's a man, he's a man, he's a very, very good man.
Oh, so good.
He's a man.
Hi guys.
Sound.
I am alive and relatively well, thankfully. Everywhere that I've gone this morning backstage, everyone has been yelling, "I found him!" And I didn't know why, but now I know why. It's definitely a milk carton photo.
Well, just so you know, this is good for you to know because it's a bit of a nod to you. We renamed the convention, as we often do. The convention this weekend is called "Have You Seen Jason? Change Your Own Damn Diapers."
Makes sense.
The first part made a lot of sense. I don't know about the rest of it.
You'll find out. We'll figure it out over time. It'll
Sounds good. Hey, you guys want to sing a song with me?
Only if Rich takes the second verse.
I was going to scream no. Sure, I'll do it. Yes, I will. Why not? Let's do it. Let's do it. Why not? We're in Dallas. We should do a number, right? I mean, it's Dallas, right?
Get down south to the land of pine, thumping my weed in North Carolina. Stand up the road, and I got I see headlight. Well, I made it down Coast Street 17 now. Pick me a bouquet of dogwood flowers, hoping for Riley I can see my head tonight.
Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me.
Run from the cold up in New England. I was born to be a fiddler in Old Town String Band. Big to play the guitar, I pick the banjo now. Oh, the North County where I seem to get me now. Lost some money playing poker, so I had to leave. But I'm turning back, living that old life no more.
Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me.
Yo!
Walking south out of Roanoke, caught a trucker out of Philly, had a nice long tow. But he's heading west from the Cumberland Gap to Johnson City, Tennessee. Well, I gotta get my baby mama never, and I know that she's the only one. If I die right, at least I will die free. Yeah, rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. Hey, mama, rock me.
Now to bring up and of course, Jason Manns, everybody.
Y'all want to sing another one? Sure. So the three of us have a little side project called the Station Breaks, and we wrote some other tunes, and
We're writing new ones.
we are indeed. Yeah. This is one of the old ones. Feel free to count along if you want to.
Simple count starts at 6. Billboard sticker in the valley. Sail back out with Miguel Murray. Maybe I'll go and start a fire. But if you catch me, you'll put me away. He used to say he's got potential. Now I'm on my way to nowhere. 6 more miles and I'm out of state. 5 more ways good to make my case. 4 suitcases of reasons it went wrong. I got a pretty ibuprofen headache, but just 2 more people didn't make it. 1 good thought in my head, but now it's gone. The ashtray knows I'm alone. Certainly seen its better days. Live and die by the phone. Live and learn and love my foolish ways. Who will save me on the day? Go and try to save me. 6 more miles and I'm out of state. 5 more ways good to make my case. 4 suitcases of reasons it went wrong.
Y'all take this one.
I got just 2 more people didn't make it. 1 good thought in my head, and now it's gone. Now it's gone. Now it's gone. Now it's gone. One good reason for leaving. I'm not blind and you can't see. I'm just so good at believing. But damn my sensitivity, I can't help it. My heart bleeds. I'm damned if I can help it. 6 more miles and I'm out of state. 5 more ways good to make my case. 4 suitcases of reasons it went wrong. I got a 3 with just 2 more people didn't make it. 1 good thought in my head. 1 good thought in my head. 1 good thought in my head. And now it's gone. Now it's gone. Now it's gone. Now it's gone. Woo!
gotta do like the Texas cowboy thing. You take it off and you just hand it to somebody. Anybody within arm's distance when handed a cowboy hat.
Next time I'll go.
Yeah. Especially in Texas, it doesn't matter who it is. They'll stop. They'll just stop and hold it for you. Yeah.
All right, next time.
Bye, guys. Hi. I heard all of you and myself say hi. That was weird. For those of you, how many of you, this is your brand new to convention life? First convention. Have you had a chance to lean over to the person next to you and say, who's the curly-haired guy with the beard? Why is he on my stage? If you have not, I'm not, hey, I dig it. If you have not had a chance to do that, my name is Jason Mans. I had some music on the show. Maybe it was only 5 seconds. Maybe it was 10 years ago. But it doesn't matter, because I'm here. And I'm lucky enough to get invited back on occasion, and I always say yes, because it's always the best crowd I get to play for. So anyway, thanks for having me. Yeah, this is my concert. It's also my Q&A, so I call it my Quancert. If you'd like to ask any questions, there's microphones somewhere. It's very dark in here, so I don't know where they are. But feel free to ask a question or have a song request. I bat about 50% on the song requests. And yeah, that's it. Is there a... Hi.
Hi. So you recently created the Dogwood Company. And I've had a couple friends ask me to ask you, since they aren't here, if you would consider ever bringing Loudon Swain into the Dogwood Company.
Who?
That one.
No, I mean, yes, they're already in. They're already, yeah. They're founding members, basically. So Dogwood, I've been a singer-songwriter, performer for like forever, and I just did everything independent. So I booked all my own stuff, and I booked all my own tours, and then when I started playing with a lot of these folks, I would just book the tour because that's already what I was doing. So the Dogwood thing isn't really anything different necessarily. It's just a name for the thing that I already was doing. So yes, I've already booked Loudon. We did a East Coast tour before, and we've done a bunch of shows together. Some of those I booked, some of those Norton booked, and I love those guys. So yeah, of course, they're always invited to anything Dogwood does. Thank you for the question.
Thank you.
Are there? You're so dark.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Aiden.
Aiden? What's up?
First I want to say thank you for the album last year.
Oh man, you're so welcome.
And my question is, how did you start your career?
Oh, that's a good question. All right, everybody settle in. The year was 1989. No, I'm just kidding. Aiden, thank you for the question. Very good question. When I graduated college, I moved out to LA, and I kind of had all of the above strategy. I loved singing and acting and writing and whatever. So I kind of just did them all. And music got busy pretty quickly for me. So I kind of focused on that, and I was lucky enough to get some placements on television shows, Supernatural being obviously the most fortuitous of those placements. But I had a bunch of stuff on pretty much all the networks at one point or another. And so, the life of an indie musician is just go where the people are and play music for them if they'll have you. So that's my career. Thank
Thank you.
Very welcome. Hi.
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 So speaking of tours and music, you are going on tour with Billy and Rihanna and Paul on the East Coast next month.
When is that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Some fun thing that I would love to be able to attend, but I was just wondering if you maybe potentially were able to share anything with us, anecdotes or things we can look forward to seeing or hearing.
You, just to clarify, you want anecdotes from a tour that hasn't happened yet?
You guys are planning it. I apologize. You guys are planning it.
That was me. That was on me. I apologize. I assume if you're asking a question, we're friends, and I like to make fun of my friends. It's a sign of love. Yes, so the tour, I did a tour with Paul Corella in England earlier this year, and we just had a blast. It was so fun. We just threw the guitars in his truck and drove around England and Scotland playing shows, and it was really laid back and fun. So this will be that, basically, except we're adding in Billy and Brianna, and the truck will be mine and not Paul's. And we're picking up Hayden in North Carolina and bringing him down to Atlanta. So yeah, it's gonna be really fun. I'm excited. We don't know what it's gonna look like yet, you know? I mean, each of us obviously have our own set, but maybe we'll be on stage and doing stuff together for some of it too. We will figure that out no less than 30 minutes before the first show. Thank you for your question. Are you coming? Are you going to be there?
I wish.
Oh, me too.
Come to Denver.
Okay. We're in at some point. Hi.
Hi. I was wondering how Rich's album is coming along.
Oh, that guy. No, it's going really well. Actually, this last week I was in LA working on that and a couple other projects. And I feel like it's coming along very nicely. We had a really good few days putting what I like to call bells and whistles on. So, yeah, and when you're talking about country music and you say bells and whistles, you might actually mean bells and whistles. So, no, we had a banjo player, a dobro player, a lap steel player, mandolin player, and they were all the same player. So it was really fun. We'd listen to the song and be like, because what we were thinking for this was, this comes in here and then it kind of layers up and there's this and that and the other guy, and then Ben would just kind of go, all right, I'll go to the car. And go get all of the things and bring them in and play them all spectacularly. So yeah, it went really well, and we're closing in, I think. We're closing in. We got one more session, I think, do some vocals, but we're close.
Awesome. I also have a request.
Okay.
Kiss and All About That Bass mashup.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I'll see what I can do. I put my thing in my pocket literally 3 seconds before I needed it.
Don't have to be beautiful to turn me on. I just need your body, baby, from dusk till dawn. Don't need experience to turn it out. You just leave it all up to me. I can show you what it's all about. You don't have to be rich, be my girl. You don't have to be cool to rule my world. Ain't no particular sign more compatible with. I just want your extra time and you You know I'm all about that bass, about that bass, about that bass, no trouble. All about that bass, no trouble. All about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, bass, bass. Yeah, it's pretty clear, you ain't no size two. You can shake it if you want to. You got that boom boom that all them boys chase. All the right junk in all the right places. See the magazines, working the Photoshop. You know that it ain't real. Come on now, make it stop. You got that beauty, beauty. Just raise it up, cause every inch of you is perfect. From the bottom to the top. Your mama, she told you, don't worry about your size. Some boys like me like more booty to hold at night. I don't want no stick figure, silicone Barbie doll. If that's what you gotta promise, someone will be right along. But I'm all about that bass, about that bass, about that bass, no trouble. All about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, bass, bass. Don't have to be beautiful to turn me on. You just need to remember the words. There you go. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
My question is, what is...
Side note, before your question, if I may. I don't mean to interrupt you. I hope that's not going to mess up your momentum. I just wanted to explain something before, in case you had a request. I feel like if I only play half of the song, and there's more time for more requests. That's why I did that.
My question was, what is your inspiration for songwriting, and what's your favorite thing about songwriting?
Oh, my favorite, I'll start with the second question. My favorite thing about songwriting is finishing the song. An inspiration, you know, my first album, listen, echoes mess with you because you hear your voice and then instantly it makes you like second guess everything you're saying. It's messing with me. So with my first album, I wrote songs because I felt like I wanted to write songs and I didn't really have any knowledge of how to do it. I just started doing it. And because of that, I kind of waited for lightning to strike, which is good and bad. You only write when you're really inspired, so stuff means a lot to you, but the productivity is really low because lightning doesn't strike very often. So my first album was very personal. It was all kind of first-person stuff, almost all. And then my second album, I was like, no, I'm just gonna write. I'm gonna wake up in the morning, I'm gonna write every day. I'm gonna, make an exercise out of it. I'm gonna get inspired by something and write about it. And it was very productive, but when I listen to it, I don't connect to it as much as I do my first album. So I think there's a happy medium somewhere in the middle. Start with things that inspire you, but write consistently. So I've started to keep notes, and when something pops in my head, I write it down, and then when I have my writing time, then I have a list of inspirations and I try to relight the fire. So that's my process. Thank you. I feel like if you ask that question, you probably also write. All right, keep writing.
Hi. So I'm all the way from Michigan. And
Hi.
my dad is a big part of my life, and so is the show. I would like to request a Johnny Cash song.
Ooh, such a good question.
Ring of Fire?
I will sing that for you sometime. That time is not this time. I just forgot the words to a song I've sang 7,000 times. So I think I'll save the Johnny Cash butchering for another time. But I love that song.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for the request. I feel bad that you had to wait in line for a no.
That's okay, thank you.
All right.
Hey, Jason.
Now I'm mean. You know? Huh?
Hi, Jason.
Hi. Over there? Hi.
Hi. So, if you had a theme song, and this song played every time you walked into a room or left this room, what would that theme song be?
What a man. Yes.
Soul.
Sure.
Take a good look, lift your head up, baby. Bang a drum so everyone can hear. Come on and ride with me and watch it change from good to green. Do you see yourself back in the mirror? Baby, got soul. You don't have to let this world take control. Lay your head down, baby, I know. You don't have to go through life alone your own. I know you got a soul. I know this world surely made you weary. You don't leave until the party ends. Well, come on and be with me. Leave the scene, I wanna see you and me. Find out just what's back behind the bed. Baby, got soul. You don't have to let this world take control. Lay your head down. Baby, I know you don't have to go through life on your own. I know you got a soul. The worry of this weary world has fallen on your head. I know you need to go, but why not here instead? The worry of this weary world has fallen on your head. I know you need to go, but why not here instead? Baby, got soul. You don't have to let this world take control. Lay your head down. Baby, I know you don't have to go through life alone your own. I know you got a soul. Baby, got soul. You don't have to let this world take control. Lay your head down. Baby, I know you don't have to go through life alone your own. I know you got a soul.
So, thank you so much for the request. Before I forget, I have stuff for sale. I always forget to say it. This is why it's so awkward. I don't like to say it, but it's true. Got them. I got my stuff, got Station Break stuff. I got stuff from the folks that I have produced, like Brianna and Gil. We have a new addition to the table, Taryn Michaela, a young artist that I produced for the first time. She's never been recorded before, so that was really fun. And yeah, lots more to come. Hi.
Hi. So some of my best memories are my mom singing Sitting on the Dock of the Bay as a lullaby to me. And I was hoping you could help me make another good memory by singing it now.
Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. I'll try.
That's all I ask.
Okay. Here's my question. If I mess up, would you have preferred I'd never started?
My mom messed up a lot too.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Sitting in the morning sun, I'm sitting when the evening comes, watching the ships roll in, then watch them roll away again. So I'm just gonna sit on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Ooh, I'm just gonna sit on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Left my home in Georgia, headed down to Frisco Bay. Yeah, I had nothing to live for, look like nothing's gonna come my way. So I'm just gonna sit on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Ooh, I'm just gonna sit on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Look like nothing's gonna change, every day still remains the same. I can do what 10 people tell me to do, so I guess I'll remain the same, yeah. Sitting here resting my bones, loneliness won't leave me alone. Yeah, 2,000 miles I've rolled just to make this dock my home. So I'm just gonna sit on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Ooh, I'm just gonna sit on the dock of the bay, wasting time.
Thank you.
Hi.
What is the first concert you ever went to?
Alan Jackson in Washington, D.C. And I like to think that I learned a whole lot from that man, because I grew up listening to a ton of like soul and Motown, and so I loved James Brown, and I loved obviously Prince and Michael Jackson and all those artists who moved like I could never move. And I saw Alan, and that man didn't move a muscle. If there weren't noises coming out, you'd think he was dead. He will play forever, because listen, you could weekend at Bernie's that dude, and the crowds will still come. He just stood, had a cowboy hat pulled down, and the shadow like covered his face and the microphone, and it was just like a thing. Sit right. Little bit loud, little bit. And just the whole time. I think one time he was like, y'all having a good time? And everybody went crazy. And that was it. And I loved it. Thank you for the question.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Really good, how you doing?
I'm good, that wasn't my question though.
Next!
So,
only get one, man.
This isn't related to music, but it can be if you want.
Okay.
I have a would you rather. Would you rather have like a best of Supernatural series, but you write yourself in as any character you want, Or would you rather insert yourself into the show, and what kind of character would you be if you did that?
So the question is, would I rather be in like season 15 of the show, and who would I be?
Yes.
Or would I rather have, what do you mean by the best of?
So like 10 of the best episodes, and you get to either be Dean or Sam or Cass or whoever.
Oh, got it. I would definitely rather be in season 15 as like, you know, gas station attendant. Because let's be honest. If you replaced Sam or Dean or Castiel with dude that sang 10 seconds of a song on the show, I don't feel like that's a step in the right direction. I don't feel like that's a spin-off idea. No, but it'd be fun. I go up there to visit quite a bit, and it's always such a fun set to be around. I don't know if the pressure of having to like work would change my feeling on that set. It's always very warm and inviting, but like if somebody said action, and suddenly the weight of all of these conventions dawned on me, and I was like, I'm gonna mess it up. I'm gonna mess it up. Everybody's gonna hate me. I don't want to do it. I want to go home. So yeah. So we'll just say like walk through the background and like wave. And then have everybody go, stop, back to one. Jason, don't look at the camera. Sorry, I apologize. Thanks for the question.
That was awesome, thank you.
Thank you. Hello. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Should we do which one are we doing?
It's the hats though and everything. What happened when we were...
Let me tell you something. You, my friend, you know how to make an entrance.
Is that what we calling it? A stumble? What do you do in Rome? Something. What happened? Was it Rome? Something happened? You dropped... Oh no, we were in... You unplugged something? You dropped a glass? Something, remember? Things kept knocking over. You know what I'm talking about?
This year?
Yeah.
In Rome.
Yeah. When you and me and Billy did our show, just the three of us, at the beginning of the show, and you knocked my hat off or something.
Oh, no. Well, yeah. Can I tell the real? Sure. Because I didn't tell the real then, because I didn't want it to seem like I was making fun of you, which I'm not. I promise.
All right, go ahead.
Your strap is shorter than my strap when I wear it. And so I was actually trying to figure out how to lengthen it while answering the first like 5 questions tonight, and I couldn't figure it out, and I didn't want to make it pop, so I just played with the short strap. And I was playing like this. So in Rome, you played and then you handed it to me, and I went to put it on thinking it was the same length that I always have, and I hit myself in the head with the guitar so hard, and my glasses were like askew. It was just a moment, and then when you walked out, I was trying to help you put the guitar on, and I
smacked me in the
hit you in the face with it.
I didn't even know until this moment that was a height thing.
Only because of when I hit you, it was payback for me hitting myself. It was not intentional at all.
No offense to that. I'm cool. I'm cool with my height. That's funny. The funny thing about my height too is that my son Calvin is 15 and he just outgrew me. He's like ½ inch taller than me, and everyone I'm telling that to is like, yeah, cool. Anyway, no one's surprised. Like nobody's surprised that my son outgrew me. He's taller than me now. Like, well, yeah. Anyway, this is called Slightest Thing. You walking like a dream, someone new out of my league. Although I play it side again and I just feel inside. No, not tonight, yeah. rectified, it's still inside, but I hold it tight, yeah. All I want from you, just a little blue, simple but it's true. Slide a single view. Time, it waits for no one. If you've got the goods, deliver it, son. Because otherwise you're stuck inside the way you're blind. Won't you come outside, yeah. Now, I'm asking you, dear, is there someone else who knows you are here? I guess I'll pay the price a year behind an alibi. For this awkward vibe, yeah. All I want from you, just a little blue. It's simple but it's true. Slide a single dude. Courage I need, you're gonna let it roll. Just a fraction of me, girl, but I'm so I can't let it rain outside of your door, wasting away in the downpour. Just as I pass to find, to catch a ride. Pull me in to get me dry. All I want from you, just a little blue, simple but it's true. Slide a single dude, na 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 na. Here we go.
Came out for the duel, I see.
Dude, that was a Derek Smalls moment.
Yeah, that was
You literally
the last note.
came out and like tangled the wire, lost the, got in like, flum.
I love that when everyone looked back at Norton, he was like, "What? Been here the whole time."
I was looking back, as all I heard was drums. That's all I get.
There's a reason for that.
That was classic Borja right there.
That was good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, right
Thank you
there
guys
in the
very
green
much.
t-shirt.
See y'all.
He's a man, he's a man, he's a man, he's a mighty good man.
He's just a man, Joe.
He's a man, he's a man, he's a man, he's a mighty good man.
Just left stage, Joe.
He's a man, he's a man, he's a man,
He's back, he's back.
he's a man, he's a man, he's a man, he's a mighty good man.
Keep it going, please, keep it going. It's down in the church.
This is the second time in the history of creation I've been on a banner.
Oh, number 2 on the banner. On the banner. He's finally on the banner. Jason Banner, he's finally on the banner. And now they have more value. Oh, I'm gonna bet on the banner. There's only 2. Sign that too. Why not sign the podium? The greedy motherfucker signing everything you get to handle. Sign the board, sign the wall, sign the stand. Hell, sign them all. Get the banjo. Turning it up on the banners. done, everybody. You don't have anything now,
Oh, man, do I?
you know, I don't need to be here.
That's
This
the
is
thing,
your
we
time
do the
to
thing.
shine. Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Benedict telling you what's up next. Babu.
Here we go. Next up, we're gonna do a thing we're all gathered here to do. It's super fun, and we've got a song for it. No, we don't have a song for it.
We could.
We could. Is it the yes? No.
No?
It's a game.
No?
It's a it's the auction.
No?
Just a break.
It's a break.
Guys, this is what we have time to call break time. Actually, we don't need to be in here for it, and but it's still super fun. So stay hydrated. And this is our break song. It's break time.
All right, take it, 30.